Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting with body punching. I heard him actually he was crying in there. You're saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew you were tough and you took no punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making woman gestures like,
Let's go, champ. It's the champ. It's the champ. With the fake champ. With talent, right there, let's go. ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm gonna treat him like he's a C-plus fighter. I'm gonna dominate him a dog-ish fighter. I'm talking about punching. We're gonna punch you for 12 rounds. Either the referee says you had enough, or you can say you had enough, or you can stay your ass there all night until you ain't had enough. Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport.
We're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exclusive TBV in the morning, depending on where you're at. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. I am back from all my trips to one-time Keith Thurman, St. Petersburg, Florida, to the home of Deontay Wilder in Alabama. I got to speak to Dominic Breazeale, got to speak to Deontay Wilder, and we're bringing you a treat because why just speculate? Why toss rumors around and, really give our opinions? Why not call the men that allegedly say something took place? Why not have the trainer that, according to his fighter, took shots to the face or the head by about 20 people, according to Team Breazeale? So we will have Manuel Robles, the trainer of Dominic Breazeale, the trainer of the young Oscar, what is it, Oscar Valdez, or is it Jose Valdez? I'm over here forgetting with the WBO. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Let me go to the home of the good doctor and get his take. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to the Sunshine State. Boxing MD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself. Happy to be back on YouTube so you guys can see myself, Ness's, and Matt's beautiful faces, right? And I'm also glad to be here on this lunchtime TBV edition of the Boxing Voice, right? Because, shit went down in the ring and shit went down outside the ring. So there's always two sides of the story. Obviously, the truth lies somewhere in the middle, and we could help, uncover that with having the trainer of Dominic Breazeale on the line, which we're going to have up very soon. So,
well, speaking of very soon, let's head on over to the sunny state of California, the Golden State. We have our co-producer, Matthew Hunter, on the line with Manuel Robles. Bring him on, Matthew. Mr. Robles, how are you doing this early morning over there in California? I'm hoping you're having a great day.
Manny Robles, are you there?
All right, well, Matt, keep trying to get him. At least we know he is available and ready. Let us know when you're ready. You can handle all that. We'll give you the details. MD, would you care to read the two statements from both fighters? I know his MD's pronunciation is beautiful. It's in the podcast chat.
There's nothing in the chat. I apologize.
We have Manny Robles on right now. We have Manny Robles on right now. Mr. Robles, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Manny, how are you doing? First and foremost, thank you, obviously, for giving us the time so early over there on the West Coast to interview you. Unfortunately, it is not the sexiest topic, but one that is concerning to many boxing fans. I also want to congratulate you on the big win that Dominic had over the weekend versus the undefeated Izunu. It was a great fight, which probably stole the action that night. But we would like to get your thoughts on what took place between Dominic Breazeale and Team Wilder in this hotel lobby from your own words, so that, you know, there's so many rumors flying around. I mean, we've heard that you were even hit in the head repeatedly with blows. So we just want to know where the truth is at.
Well, the truth is, you know, it's an unfortunate situation. What happened, it should not be overlooked. This is something that should not be happening in boxing, or, you know, it's a dirty shame, man. What happened that night? I'm still pretty shook up about the whole situation. You know, you can't just forget about what happened. I feel bad for Dominic. I feel bad for his wife and children, that they had to go through such a horrible experience. All of us, as a, you know, the Cutman, Carlos, Jerry, the corner, myself, and, you know, that was a team that night. You know, we were in a room. We were in a room, all of us together. The team, there were seven of us, including his wife and children, just you know, talking about the fight, celebrating the win, and we decided to come downstairs to go have dinner. Let's go to a restaurant. We found a restaurant nearby the hotel, and I said, you know, we all got together. Let's go celebrate. Let's go hang out. And as we took the elevator down to the lobby, as soon as we walked out, we saw Dominic's opponent, and you know, he was kind enough, gracious enough to talk to us for a minute and talk about the fight, and, you know, show good sportsmanship, like we all should, win or lose. So, you know, Dominic took a picture with him and the kids, and you know, had a nice little nice conversation. And anyway, we went about our business, and as we were walking towards the hotel lobby, you know, we encountered Deontay and his crew and whatnot, and Deontay got in Dominic's face and pretty much just went off on Dominic and got really aggressive and running his face, and you know, Dominic obviously was trying to calm the situation down. I never left Dominic's sight. I was right there with him from beginning to end, and try to talk, you know, Deontay out of the situation and say, hey, listen, man, you know, we got his wife and kids. And I said that repeatedly, wife and kids, man, got the wife and kids, we got the kids. And he just kept going on and on and on and on. I had my arm in between both Deontay and Dominic, right, you know, the middle, to try to calm the situation down. And he asked me, you know, he says, take your hands off of me. And I never had my hands on. You know, you take your hands off me. And, you know, like, of course, you know, I never, again, like I said, I never let go of Dom. And things just got worse. You know, punches were thrown. And, of course, you know, there was nowhere to go. There was nowhere to hide. What do? Do you run? If you run, it's worse. And then, like I said, you know, the wife and the kids, I mean, what do you do? What do you do in a situation like that? I mean, there's plenty of proof. There's plenty of video, the footage out there that show exactly what happened. You know, Dominic got jumped. Dominic hit the ground. Try to help him back up. You know, Jerry, again, Carlos, a good man, myself, we were pretty much the only ones defending Dominic. There's a couple of other people there that try to interfere and try to calm the situation down. Now that I see the footage, because it all happened so, it felt like it lasted forever. And, you know, made our way back into the elevator. And there was another restaurant right by the elevator door. There's a pub. And I looking for help, looking for someone to really, you know, there's no security, there's no cops, there's nothing. We're on our own. And until I saw Lou DiBella. And I ran to Lou DiBella, man, and I asked him for help. I implored, you know, help. Please help us. He didn't know what was going on. Please help us. Please help us. And so he walked out of the restaurant onto, talk to whomever was there, Deontay, whomever was there, to try to calm the situation down. And I really think that's what did it. I really think that's when things, calmed down more. But we were desperate because we lost sight of the kids. We lost sight of the when Dominic hit the ground. After he was punched by an individual. His wife ran towards Dominic, her husband, and so that's when the kids got lost in the scuffle, and we were okay. I looked around and I saw Dominic. I saw his wife. She was cornered, by the way. They had her cornered, and people were just going off on her. And Dominic ran towards his wife and to try to help her, but I never let go of Dominic. From beginning to end, I always had an arm on Dominic. I was always pulling him back. I was always, there for my man. And the kids got lost, but we had no idea where they were. So, I'm like, where's the kids? Where's the kids? And that's when Dominic lost it again. We tried to get Dominic to go right by the elevators. There's a pub, a restaurant. We tried to get Dominic to walk into the pub, and by then there was security and whatnot, more security. Search, like I said, Lou, and there's a couple people that got involved to try to help out with the situation. And then the gentleman came to us and said, "The kids are fine. The kids are fine." And then, where are they? You can't tell me that the kids are fine and they're nowhere to be seen. Where's the kids? Where's the kids? And eventually they told us that the kids were in the women's bathroom. They were being protected by a couple of ladies looking over them. And but they saw. I mean, can you imagine a 5-year-old son and his older son? I think he's 9 years old. So after that happened, I started screaming, U.S. and cowards, because that's what they were. That was a cowardly attack. You can't call it anything else than that. It was a cowardly attack. So that was, there's no excuse for it. I don't know what went through Deontay's mind. Why would he react this way? I mean, if you have some, if you feel Dominic said something, or then why don't you just approach a man, or be a man about the situation? I don't know. I they're saying Dominic threatened the brother and the family. Dominic was with his wife and kids, man. That of course, not. You want to make up a story like that, but come on, man. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's what it was. That's what happened. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, Manny, this is Boxing MD, one of the co-hosts, and obviously Deontay Wilder has a different story to say. Like you said, it had to do with threatening and provoking, but the story that you say is obviously a horrific story from your perspective. But the question that I have is, if exactly what happened is the case, and there's video evidence and all of these children, of course, children shouldn't be involved in any adult scuffle, especially young children, of course. Were there police involved, and were there charges filed? Because it seems like there's a lot of laws broken in the public eye, so that, like Dominic said, this won't go unpunished. So is that the route that you guys are taking?
Absolutely. I support Dominic, whatever decision, whatever route Dominic decides to take, whatever decision he decides to make. I mean, I support him 100%, but this cannot go unpunished. The representative, the heavyweight representative of the WBC. Come on, man. We're not in high school here. This isn't. We're not children. this type of behavior should not be allowed. You know, I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life, man. Anything at all. I mean, we find ourselves in situations, as you know, we're at the weigh-ins. You saw the situation between Danny Garcia's dad and Keith Thurman and the team. And okay, you know, it's a press conference, and you know, whatever it is, okay, and it doesn't go beyond that, you know. And this was definitely uncalled for, man. This was not. People are saying that this was, you know, part of it's you know, trying to put on a show, trying to sell the fight. No way, man. By no means necessary. No way. No way. This is as real as it gets, man. There came a point where I said, when Dominic went down and I got punched in the face a couple times here and there. I don't even know who hit me. I don't know who hit me. I was in, you know, as you know, in between the scuffle, man. I mean, you don't know. But I can tell you that there came a point where I said, this is it right here. We're going to get beat down. There was no other way to look at it. There was no, this is it. You know, I mean, people might think it's, a lot of people out there, I see people hear people's comments, read people's comments, and might think this is a joke, or it wasn't. It wasn't. I really felt that we were going to get beat down, and you know, who knows what could have happened. I mean, thank God the situation didn't escalate any further, but it was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad. It wasn't good at all. And like I said, to the children, that's one thing. I was Dominic the whole time, but one thing that stuck in my mind during the whole situation was the kids. The kids, you know. I mean, if you look at the videos, look at the footage, man. I can't even see myself in the footage, you know, because I'm 5'7". We're dealing with large individuals here. Can you imagine the children? You know, being in the middle of a scuffle like that. You know, so again, like I said, it got pretty bad, and you know, we were shooken up pretty bad, and we're trying to go about our normal lives here. I'm at the gym now with my boxers, and you know, trying to get back to normal, but it'll be a while before we get over this, you know. And it's a dirty shame how, you know, the way Deontay reacted to the situation, whatever that might have been. There was no reason for him to react the way he did. And you know, you want to talk about something, you will talk to the person as a man, and you know, you reach out to the person, you talk to the person, but not like this. You know, not like this. And I know Dominic is not that type of individual. Dominic had his family fly in from LA to Alabama. You know, brought his wife and his kids to the fights, and we're having a great time, man. I mean, you know, thank God we walked away with the win. We understand how difficult this sport is, man. I mean, people don't understand that these guys, man, and Dominic proved to the world that boxing ain't no joke, man. You put your life on the line every time you step in the ring, you know. And you know, we're all professionals here. We're supposed to behave like professionals, act like professionals, but that wasn't the case with Deontay and his team.
Hey, Manny, because obviously there's a lot of conflicting news from everywhere. I just want you to set the record straight here on the Boxing Voice. So cops were there the night of the incident. Am I correct? Cops were there?
They got there, but they got there late, as they always do, right?
And then people were speaking to the police, trying to file police reports the night of?
There was a police report. We did file a police report. I have that with me. You know, they walked us to our room, and it almost seemed like there were security guards. I was like, are these guys cops? You know, are these guys security guards? No, they're cops. I was like, geez, man, because I'm like, I didn't know who I was talking to. I swear to God, man, I was like, who am I speaking to? You know, and you know, they were kind enough to walk us to the room, and they had a security guard. We had to transfer hotels. We had to go stay somewhere else, of course. we had to catch our flight the following day. So, went to go stay at another place. And of course we didn't get no sleep, I mean, I no sleep at all. We stayed up and we couldn't wait to get back home. We had another officer wait for us in the lobby the following morning and drive us to the airport. And that was that, good to get back home.
Yeah, like again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I understand how the law works in a lot of ways. And so you're saying that there are police reports on record, and that you will take the legal route because, like I said, like what you described was, I mean, if you're you have a group of 20 people and you have a small group of people with women and children, and it's just talk back and forth. There's no weapons or physical threat of the other group. It seems to me that it's a clear-cut case. So we should expect some legal action. That's what we should, as boxing fans and people who watch the sport, should expect, right?
Definitely, there will be legal action. Definitely, this like I said, this cannot go unpunished, man. This cannot be overlooked. This is as real as it gets. I mean, so yes. To answer your question, yes, we will file charges. Yes, we had people look into taking care of the situation already. Looking into the situation, and we'll see where this takes us. But like I said, I mean, come on, man. I mean, this goes out to Deontay. Come on, man. Tell the truth, man. Don't. Come on, man. Be real, man. I mean, you messed up. You made a big mistake, and I can't say that. Apparently there's a statement where Dominic's wife, told Deontay, hey, the kids are here, and apparently Deontay said, I don't give an F. I don't give an F about your kids, man. I'm like, and I told him myself, hey, the kids are here. We have the children. The kids are here. All he said was, take your effing hands off me. But the only thing I was trying to do was to just calm down the situation, man. I mean, come on, man. Relax. Why would you behave this way? No matter what a man said, you don't behave in this fashion. You don't behave this way, especially knowing that his wife and kids are there. That's not a man. You know what I mean? And the rest is history, man. Punches were thrown and got mobbed. Right? Now, Deontay in the mob squad, huh? And then the rest is history, like I said, man. There was an individual there, I guess that's his brother, that really took it overboard as well. Really took it overboard. And I don't know what he told his brother Deontay, but man, whatever it was, it must have not been good because Deontay fell for it. And I'm sure it was a lie. For a man to behave the way he did, man, there's no, like Dominic's a great guy, man. Dominic's an educated individual, double majored, former quarterback. This guy's a class act, man. I mean, he's never been in trouble with the law. Never had a situation. I mean, every time he fights, he brings his wife and kids to the fight. What? Come on, man. Yeah, this is boxing, and as you understand, there's words. Sometimes like I said at the press conference or at the interviews, you intimidate fighters and say, I'm going to get you, I'm going to beat you. But it doesn't go beyond that, man. We were in London when we fought Anthony Joshua. And what a class act Anthony Joshua is, man. I mean, words were done and said during a press conference. It's part of the fight. It's not an act, but it's part of the fight, man. Trying to build up a fight, I'm going to beat you. Yeah, well, I'll beat you. I'll knock you out. Yeah, well, I'll knock you. That's it. It doesn't go beyond that. And after the fight, man, Anthony, man, was a true gentleman. Showed great class, good sportsmanship, as his team and ourselves included. You win, you lose. You win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, we walked away with the loss, but the people, the crowd showed so much respect for Dominic and the team. because he gave his heart and soul into the fight. And that's what it is, man. And these guys are athletes. And like I said, and then they did not go beyond it. And it was great. We had a great experience. Walked away with the loss, but we learned a lot from that fight. And obviously, again, Anthony was a true gentleman, true representative of the sport and of being a heavyweight champion of the world.
Manny, from your version of the story, you sound very close. I mean, at one point you said that you never left Dominic Breazeale's side, that you always had one hand on him, and that when you seen footage, you could not even see yourself. That's how big the mob was. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, there is footage where obviously I see myself, but there was a period, there was a certain situation where when he got jumped, I was right in the middle. Maybe that's where I got hit. but I never left him. I was always right there with him from beginning to end. One way or another, I was right there. So yes.
So I mean, we would assume that out of anyone, you should have known who threw what blows, right? Because there is a mob, but are we certain of who threw this punch?
Yeah, the videos will show, the evidence will show who threw these punches.
Well, the one on TMZ is the most famous one. Have you seen the most famous one? Obviously, TMZ being.
You haven't seen anything, man.
Oh, you guys have more.
Whatever video. Oh my goodness, man! That TMZ whatever video does not do us justice, man. That's nothing. I promise you, that's nothing, man. I got some videos with me that will blow your mind. I'm telling you, man. That was nothing.
Is there a reason that you haven't released those videos?
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, because
is it the legal? It could be the legal process.
But wait a minute. Deontay's statement says that he never threw a punch. Why would you not? I don't know. I mean, debunk that if you have video of him throwing punches.
Because it's not. Look, man. I mean, I gotta be careful. Before I got on this phone call, man, I really questioned myself. Is this something that I want to do? Why? Because you know what I mean. It's a difficult situation. It's a difficult situation for me to be in. I want this guy to and his crew to like I said, I don't want this to go unnoticed. I want the world to know exactly what happened. But as you know, I'm going to stick with my story, man, because this is what happened. This is what really happened. This isn't something that I'm making up. And like I said, the evidence will show, the videos will show exactly who did what and what did what. But I know I'm telling you the truth. I know that deep down inside, Deontay knows exactly what happened. And the truth will prevail, man. The truth always comes out.
But you have the video. You have the ability to put it out.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But that's what I'm saying. You have the ability to put it out and set the record straight.
I'm gonna leave that. Look, exactly. And I'm gonna leave that up to Dominic.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave that up to Dominic.
That's totally understandable.
You know what I'm saying? I know. I'll leave that up to Dominic, man. I don't want to. Hey, if anybody was hurt, more than myself and the team from the whole situation, it was Dominic and his family. So I want him to go out and expose this individual and his team and expose and show the world exactly what happened. And you'll all of that's gonna come out with time. All of that stuff, all of these videos, they're all gonna come out, and you're gonna see exactly what happened. Like I said, that TMZ video, man, does not do us justice. And if Deontay thinks that's all there is, then he's got another thing coming, because there's a lot of footage out there, a lot of footage.
Wow. Manny, let me just ask you a question about that. And I understand, obviously, it's under Dominic's wishes what you do, because you are his trainer and you would stand by him whatever he says. But why we're asking these questions, and we give equal platform for both sides of the story, which is why we appreciate you trying to set the record straight, because we have a large outreach and the fans like to know, from the somebody who was there. But, obviously Deontay Wilder being a world champion has a larger social media platform, has a larger PR platform. And why we ask that question is that video is more powerful than even that platform, because it could say it could dispute anything he's saying. So I think that's not to, we don't want to disrespect Dominic by asking that. It's just from a perspective of, you have to get ahead of a story sometimes to put your fighter in the light, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. I understand, and like I said, you guys will see all of these videos. I'm before I got on this call with you guys, I called Dominic and I asked Dominic for permission. Do I have your permission to get on the phone and tell my version of the story, to let people know what happened, right? He gave me his approval, and this is the only reason. Man, I'm loyal to Dominic, and to my fighters. I don't know if you know who I am, but Dominic isn't the only fighter that I represent, that I work with. I have Jesse Magdaleno, champion of the world, WBO super bantamweight champion of the world, Oscar Valdez, WBO featherweight champion of the world, among other, athletes or boxers that are pretty well known. So, I represent my fighters, of course, like I said, and if it's Dominic's wishes, then I'll go ahead and post these videos. I'll go ahead and send them to you. But he's got to give me green light. You know what I mean? Just like as he gave me green light to be on this conversation with you guys. By all means, Coach, go ahead and do so. You know what I mean? But I'll gladly send you the videos. But again, Dominic has to say go. It's a go, yes, no, and then I have no problem. Like you said, the world will know, but I'm leaving that to Dominic's discretion. He might want to be the one to do it.
Well, Manny, I want to thank you. I know that you said you were busy, and we've had you for so long. Thank you again. And I did let everyone know who it is that you do train, just in case they didn't. But you're well known around these parts in the boxing community, so people know that you're a stand-up guy. We want to, again, thank you for coming on the show, giving us the time, your version. Thank Dominic as well when you get a chance for allowing you, because that, like you said, he could have said no. So, shout out to him. Obviously, again, congratulations on the fight. It was a wonderful fight for sure. And Dominic came through. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Hey, Matt, thank you for the connection. MD, talk to me. What did you think? Very well, that's one side. We have to get the other side now. But interesting with him saying there's video. I wonder what's gonna happen next. I mean, because video is worth, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, what is video?
You heard what I had to say. I'm obviously speculating, but here are the reasons you don't show the video. You don't show the video if legally you're not able to show up because it's still under investigation, which, again, that's speculation. Or Dominic Breazeale doesn't want to show on camera him getting knocked out. I can't see any other reason why you would not show this video, because, like I said, Wilder has a much bigger platform. His word is worth much more because of his social media outreach and because of his popularity, versus Dominic Breazeale, who obviously, not being a world champion, is not as well known. So, Ness, could you give me another reason why the video wouldn't come out? If you have evidence of what you're saying to justify your story, to dispute Deontay Wilder's story?
I can give you another reason, but before I do that, I want to say that Deontay Wilder's post with his version of the story has 8,297 likes. I'm only bringing that up because the good doctor, made mention of his social media, the platform, the popularity, and what may or may not sway an opinion because of that popularity. So, why wouldn't they put it out? I mean, they're both Heyman fighters, MD. I am 1000% that the way this thing works is Al Heyman contacted them both immediately and told them both, gentlemen, calm the fuck down, probably in a nicer manner than that, right? He just, even though we don't get much from Heyman, he just sounds like not the guy that needs to curse to get his point across, right? So I'm assuming he told both of them to calm down, and hopefully they're going to resolve this internally, because if he could not handle that in that manner, then I would begin to question, I think, because I feel like he should be able, right? Am I wrong? Or is this such a big, it is a big deal. And would Al Heyman handling it internally be like putting the rug over it? Is this something that needs to be handled in the media, like the, I don't know, Heyman Schaefer, Golden Boy lawsuits, all those settlements? Does this, do we have to have a civil suit for people to be satisfied? Or should just Dominic and his family be satisfied if Al Heyman can find a way to do that?
Let me just say one thing, and I'll let you guys. If you're saying, right, I'm just putting this out there. If you're saying that, let's just say Manny Robles' story is true, right? Take him by his word for now, right? Can we agree with this for now?
Hypothetically, if we're going into a hypothetical scenario, yes. Before you, go ahead.
And then Al Heyman called them and said, we could settle this, blah, 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 blah. Don't go to the police, right? Don't go to the police, right?
Or don't go through the legal realm.
Or don't go through the legal realm. Is that not the fucking...
Well, they already went through the police. Robles said there's a police...
According to him, but I'm saying based on what...
Listen to me. Just like any other legal assault that would take place in the street, the defendant, right, and the plaintiff, if they come to an agreement, or the plaintiff decides not to show up, the charges get dropped. So if Dominic made a police report and then he did get a call, hypothetically, and they decided, listen, we're going to handle this internally. Yeah, it's not anything out of, the normal for the plaintiff to decide, I'm not going to show up to court, or I'm not going to further press charges. No, that happens all the time.
Well, I'm saying that, to me, it sounds like mafia shit. That's all.
Really? Look, even though it happens in the legal system, let me introduce.
One second, and whatever. You can't just cut me off before making a point. If a guy who's never been seen before, except 2 times, is calling somebody, if the family members were there and everybody was threatened and 20 people were being assaulted, if that guy is like, no, don't go to the police. Yes, sounds like mafia shit to me. But
you can't say sounds like every corporation.
Wait a minute. Let me first introduce Mario, because we're gonna keep going back and forth. But you can't keep saying not go to the police. The man already said on record they went to the police. There is a police report. He said he went as far as saying I have it on me. So stop using those words. You like pitching this fucking narrative. You're a little cheater sometimes.
It's me, Mario.
Too early for conspiracy theories for me, guys. But look, I'm gonna go back to what MD said about a reason why, and typically a reason why videos don't surface in situations like this. Videos don't surface in situations like this because videos are captured by looky-loos who want to sell those videos to other media outlets so that they can be purchased, or they are sold immediately, and those outlets don't put them out because they're waiting for the most opportune moment. Those are like the only reasons why videos like this don't surface. Look, I'm not calling anybody a liar, and certainly not in a situation where he's kind of not passing the buck, but I think Robles, what he's saying is basically like this is Breazeale's situation and things don't get determined without him. That said, I could not imagine to this point and how much it's escalated, why you don't put that video out. If there's a video that is out there that will completely corroborate your story, will completely shine the light on exactly what happened and clear your good name, why wouldn't you put it out? I think there's, in all honesty, if there is a video, there's 2 reasons why it wouldn't get put out. One, so that it could be edited down to not make you look bad, or 2, because it makes you look bad. It makes you look just as bad, or maybe if not worse, then certainly, you know, not in a good light. And so I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, this is boxing. And I think that things like this are typically good for fights. But when they escalate to something like this, where kids are brought in and family members, I mean, it's just, it does not put the put a light on the sport in a good way. You know, there are already so many people that criticize it, and it's just not a good thing.
The video of Tyson knocking that guy out in the store got released. I mean, there's always video gets
that was a different era of, but that was a different era of boxing. I mean, so look, so was when Morales kicked. I mean, when Barrera kicked Morales, or I think it was the other way around. You know, that was awesome. I love that. But
what about Riddick Bowe? Who did Riddick Bowe piece up? Didn't Riddick Bowe like?
You know, not to mention
Riddick Bowe landed like a 1-2 on somebody like in the press conference.
It's
I remember that.
Selective, because look, Tony Harrison this weekend when he lost, right? Jarrett Hurd dropped to his knees, and Tony Harrison walked over to him and kicked him in the ass. Nobody ain't say shit about that. Now, was that some sort of term of endearment, like, damn, you got me? Or was it just kick in the ass? You fucking got me. But it was a kick in the ass. No one said anything, but it's there.
And shout out to Larry Donald in the chat, or L. Dillon in the chat. It was Larry Donald. My bad.
But but at the end of the day, this did not spill over. I didn't see that. And it could have been, I guess, a term of endearment. But I think bottom line, this has escalated to a different level between these two guys. I think it's just past the point where it's like not making for a good story for the fight. I mean, it just passed that point. And so, you know, as far as the video goes, as far as Al Heyman goes, Ness, I buy what you're saying, but I honestly don't believe that fighters are the kind of people that can be controlled in situations like this. Well, there are other ways of releasing that video. Well, there are other ways of releasing that video too.
Not being creative enough. It's the conversation goes a little like this. Breazeale, just send me the video. I'll make sure you get Wilder in the ring, and you'll get paid Charles Martin money. We don't want to ruin the image of PBC. Tell your wife to calm down. I love you. Goodbye. That's
that was your Daddy David voice. No, that's great. That's smart. It's smart. No, it's smart. You're absolutely right. And I could not disagree with you at the same time. And maybe it's just I don't know, the dumbass in me, but I don't know. I give it to a homeboy that gives it to a homeboy that puts it out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't put it out. That dude put it out. So, you know, I don't know. And then you can get paid in another way. So I don't know. Let's see if there's a video. We'll find out soon enough, I guess.
Well, let's get the hipsters point, and obviously let me give you a little love, hippie, because you know what? I'm gonna get Dollar DiBiase on the track, man. We're gonna get you hooked up, man, because we actually got Alex. I can't wait for Alex from Australia to call in because he's all hooked up. But good job, Matt, connecting Robles. I mean, you fumbled a little bit with the first one, but
yeah, I didn't merge the calls. He was on hold. That was my bad. I was like, oh, man,
how difficult it is to like do all that, and you didn't even ask one question because it was that difficult. But what did you want to ask first and foremost after listening to that MD? I don't know what's going on with him.
I wasn't too upset with MD. There was one moment where he asked like a bunch of follow-ups, and I thought just the tone of the follow-ups was a little bit too harsh. But anyways, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. It isn't. Because they were good questions.
You're right.
Analyzing tones, MD. I love them.
But they were good questions, and they were questions I wanted to ask because there were reports that no police were there. There were reports on media that there was no police reports filed and all this stuff. So those were good questions to ask. Still no firm answer on if they're actually going to pursue legal ramifications for Deontay Wilder and his team, and especially his brother, because that's who it seems like is the one that threw the punch from all accounts. But here are the facts, okay? Because we're dealing in a lot of hypotheticals, alleged incidents, but here are the facts. There was a altercation. That much is 100% sure. We see that on video, that there's some sort of fracas going on, whether it's a shoving match or there are punches being thrown, we cannot tell, but there is some sort of altercation. Another fact, it is Deontay Wilder and his team approaching Dominic Breazeale and his team. That is a fact. Deontay Wilder admits as much And for his reason, it was because Dominic Breazeale threatened his little brother. And therefore, Deontay Wilder approached Dominic Breazeale and his team after their respective fights. Those are facts. So the only other facts that we do not have is the punch being thrown. That's it, right? That's the thing that turns this from a shoving match that may or may not look bad sometimes to some people to a aggravated assault where there's legal ramifications. And as far as we know, there was no punches thrown. We can look at the TMZ video. There are no punches being thrown. So unless there is a video that comes out that clearly shows in the middle of the chaos punches being thrown that we did not see from that one angle, which is entirely possible and maybe very likely, just because there was a huge amount of people involved in the altercation. But until we get that, I say that this is something that got exaggerated because you had somebody that was heated in the moment, and Dominic Breazeale went to social media, talked about it, and exaggerated. And that's what it is. And that's my opinion of it. But that's an opinion. We do not know. We only have very limited facts on the situation.
Are you on the record saying right now that Manny Robles is using alternative facts?
Hashtag. In my opinion, I think Manny, being a guy that's what, like 5'4", 5'5", like he's a small dude, right? In the middle of 2'6'7" guys.
Say he got punched. You keep repeating that there was no punches thrown. The man came on here and said he was punched.
I understand that he said that.
He's talking about facts, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about what we see. I don't know. That's his account of it. It's an alleged punch. That's the legal term. But
I love you, Matt. I know. You're right too. He's correct.
But I think that a guy that's 5'5" in the middle of 2'6'7" guys, if he gets pushed in the middle of that emotional situation, it's going to feel like a punch.
While having one hand on a 6'9" guy.
I can see him getting like elbowed almost on accident by like a Deontay Wilder or even maybe Dominic Breazeale himself. You're a 5'5" guy in the middle of 2'6'7" guys and 20 to 40 other people around you pushing each other.
No, I hate to yelling. But that's what I'm infamous for, right? And I hate that I didn't take the invite to this party. I probably would have had way better. All the video I found is horrendous. It's like someone's recording it with a stocking cap over the.
But we would have to change the record if you're there. It'd be Wilder's team of 21 people.
The doctor always coming in with the knife. Funny. Let's take some callers, man. Well, actually, I did interrupt you, Matt. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry. That's why I'm infamous for it. I do apologize.
But yeah, that's my point. If I see a video of punches being thrown and landed, then yes, it becomes a much bigger thing. But
there's a no mas video out there.
That's what I heard, but I haven't seen that. So somebody sent me a link.
I've seen it. That's the one that your guy who we talked about and discussed whether or not we should have had on. He, promoting, and that's kind of why I want it. But then, this guest is a better guest because this was a guest that was actually part of the, incident. But yeah, in that's the video I'm seeing. That shit looks like it looks like the POV of a robber, right? He put the stocking cap on, and now we're looking through his fucking stocking cap. That's what it feels like. It's horrible, man. Listen, we're gonna go out to these callers. I know this guy probably knows some inside info.
Wait. You could go to the callers, but do you want to address part 2 of this conversation, which is the future for Wilder, or do you just want to take callers and do that at a different time?
Did we even put that? I don't even think we
I semi put it on there. I'll admit I did.
Well, all right then. Man, I mean, we did eat it up a long. This was not supposed to be that long. We're already at like 48 minutes. Should we not? Up to you. You know what? We
can briefly touch on it.
Let's just mention it because people are going to talk about that inevitably when they talk about Wilder.
An unfortunate situation. Somehow Bermane Stiverne has earned a mandatory position at the WBC heavyweight champion, which is Deontay Wilder. Now, I know that this opens the door for a lot more criticism. I'm hoping that he does what he said in the interview with me when he was trying to negotiate with Parker for a unification. And he said, and I'm going to paraphrase, semi-quote, you know what we do with the mandatories, we pay them off. So hopefully he's willing to pay off whoever, Stiverne. But keep in mind, Stiverne was supposed to make 1.4 for Povetkin. Stiverne,
what did Stiverne fail a drug test for? I just want to.
Melatonin, which is not a PD in any medical sense of the word.
It's a masking agent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean,
masking agent that sucks because then
it's banned for a reason. I heard originally what you said about it not being a banned agent. There may be people who say it's not a performance enhancing drug, and there will be people who say it is a performance enhancing drugs. There's not always medical consensus on certain things, but to say that it's not a performance enhancing drugs, I think is factually incorrect.
To say it is also factually incorrect. But continue.
It's banned for a reason, and even if it doesn't, even if it doesn't give you an advantage physically, it still is on a banned substance list. So
caffeine used to be on the banned substance list.
Correct. And if you go and there's still limits in certain things. So if you go into a fight and take, I don't know, twice or 3 times the allowed legal amount of caffeine, it's like a drug. So of course caffeine's a performance enhancing on drug too. You can't come in on a high extreme levels of caffeine.
Yeah, remember one of those guys used to take like a not a Red Bull, was it Margarito that used to have a shake or some shit right before the fight, Mario?
That was that, yeah, but that was stuff that was all media stuff.
A lot of them take caffeine pills because they get because a cup of coffee, right, is not, I mean, like Ed said, like whether you say it's not, but the point I'm trying to make is that I think that, again, it kind of looks bad in a way that Wilder is taking this stance that he doesn't want to fight dirty fighters when Bermane Stiverne's hands aren't clean. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that remember, when you fight Wilder, you have to do VADA. So he's taking a stance and he's going to remain there. Now, Bermane would have to pass the test. Let's get to the callers. Donald, I definitely want to know how you feel about this. I'm pretty sure you got a couple of opinions being as though you watched this fight as well. Were you in the building?
No, I wasn't. I got some stuff going on where I'm trying to, I got some school and I just wasn't able to go. But the thing here is that, like, truthfully about the situation is like, you got Dominic Breazeale feeling some type of way because him and Gerald are really good friends. So you kind of like, they do a lot of training and stuff together. And to see him lose the fight, that's a little bit of tension. But Wilder's brother is way too high feet and he's very disrespectful. And that's kind of like what set the tone of the situation, what made it escalate to what it is. Now, all this stuff about saying, oh, that's not true, this is for real. Like, this is not no Al Heyman setting this up to make this be a fight. Although it could look like that later because, of course, you got to think about it. At the end of the day, Dominic is a grown man with a wife and kids. And anybody who's in the position as Dominic, if I was a pro boxer right now and I got put in that position, if I can't physically fight you, then the next thing I'm going to say is, you know what? We got to make a fight. We got to do something. We got to spar. We got to get in the ring and do something because now you done did this and that and the other. You done disrespected my wife and my kids. Do it. I need to see you. So, of course, it's going to be something brought out to saying that they want to make a fight. Is this some type of big publicity to get that fight? No, it's not. But that's what he's going to want, and they are going to take legal action. And what you guys got to realize is that it's not like what it used to be back in the day. If someone has some information on you and they're going to sue you, they're not going to put it out right away. It's kind of like, I got what I got, and you're going to wait and you're going to see, what I got on you. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to let you see it right away. Nobody does that no more. This is 2017. Nobody just puts that type of stuff out right away. So when the shit hits the fan, like how I think it's going to hit the fan, you guys going to be like, oh, shit. But at this point right now, like, I got to say this, like, from what I know, like, it really makes me lose respect for Deontay Wilder. There was a female that I was talking to that's from down there where Deontay Wilder is from, and she said she knows him personally, and she was like, he's got a short fuse. I mean, he's a cool dude, but he has a short fuse, especially about his brother. And I just was like, I don't want to believe that.
Well, Donald, I got to let you go, but I need to tell you that you do have to believe it. I mean, MD, the man said, I have a problem with Breazeale, and it's not something that I'm going to handle in the ring. I mean, if an altercation occurred, I mean, even in his statement, he says, I confronted him, So Donald, you're right. He probably has a short temper, and one that listen.
But Ness, what's your opinion about that? Because from my perspective, right? We've talked about this before.
I think,
and you said it on the show.
I don't think my opinion is important. I think your opinion is important because you, Wilder, and Matthew all had the same opinion. When your family member is threatened, then all rules are off.
How would his family member be threatened when he's in Wilder's hometown, when Wilder's crew is all around, when Wilder's people's all around? I doubt Wilder's crew was threatened. Come on, Ness. Let's not play dramatic here.
The threat was not made in the lobby. The lobby was a reaction to the first altercation between Breazeale and Marcellus Wilder.
But that means that there's no immediate threat. I think that's what MD's saying.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. There isn't any immediate threat, but I'm just telling you the facts. The facts are he is reacting off of what he said took place between Wilder, Marcellus, and Dominic Breazeale.
Manny Robles did allude to that very quickly. Manny Robles did allude to that original altercation, said that implied that Marcellus was lying about what was said.
Yeah, he definitely said whatever Marcellus told his brother, he definitely lied and hyped him up real good.
I do want to validate. I do want to validate Donald's point by saying, and I don't want to say this is a short fuse because, and now that I think about it, this might be a bad example, but we all do remember Deontay Wilder piecing up a troll back in the day, who I'm not even going to mention his name. And
we actually looking for Charlie and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a Patreon. And
okay.
The video of Matt and MD, and he's asking for a shot at MD's title.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. So
the money's right. If the money's right, MD might come out of temporary retirement.
Yo, MD's funny. MD's been calling everybody out. He called out Jose. I seen him on the chat talking about you could get it next. I think it was to Blackface. I mean, he's just going at everybody these days.
Let's continue.
Mario.
Well, let me just say one thing.
That was my point. I'm sorry, I was done.
Yeah,
right, well,
but
MD, kisses. Let me get to a call. 650. You're live with the good doctor, Boxing MD. Who's this? 650 787 650 787. Sleeping on the job. We're going to go to our nominee for Caller of the Year. I mean, what up?
Yo, let me set the record straight. I'm coming in hot on this one. First of all, MD, when we need a motherfucker cut open, that's when we get your advice. It's Boxing MD, not fucking Juris Doctorate. It's not JD. So all this, are you going to press charges? Let the fucking, as a matter of fact, Harry Levin, or whatever the fuck the guy's name is from TMZ, is a fucking lawyer. Let him play the video and review the logistics or the legal aspects.
Did I say, are they going to press charges? I said, did you go to the police?
Hold on, Carl Jacker. It's two things. It's being out of pocket and it's being out of fucking bounds. And if you out of bounds, meaning you ain't in your hometown, then you out of pocket talking shit. So whether it's you,
damn, you sound like a legal expert. Out of pocket talking shit.
Don't be out of bounds, getting out of pocket. Don't be out of bounds, getting out of pocket. And
what stature is that, and what legal stature? Can I look that up?
He's a professional. He's an athlete. But these are men. And if you as a man can't control your wife, then y'all both out of bounds and out of pocket. Fuck the facts. These are my facts from what I'm hearing, and that's the way I'm going today. Usually I got a little bit more class, but I'm listening to Robles, and he just sound like he's fucking whining and trying to make a case. Boy, he's just a good guy. I got a master's degree. You know how many motherfuckers that never stopped me from doing whatever I wanted to do to them? So don't tell me shit about his education. The motherfucker was out of bounds, and he was out of pocket. That's my call.
Well, there you have it. Well, definitely brought some passion, and that's a different perspective. And this is why we all love this show, This is a, international show that reached every part of the globe, So all our international callers can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to call us absolutely free. The number to call in if you want to give us your opinion is 1-425-569-5241. Any of my co-hosts have anything to say about that caller's call, or are we moving on to Carmelo from Chicago?
Well, let me just say one thing because he personally insulted my legal knowledge. I hear what you guys are saying about disrespecting in someone else's territory. I'm sure somebody said something and whatever, right? Principle does not equate to law. And if I'm in a scenario where somebody says something to me and I don't like what they say and I hit them, I'm committing assault. Right? I'm sorry. Like whether it's principle or not, some people definitely deserve to get their ass whooped out of principle. But like we discussed before, when you're a world champion boxer and you have a lot to lose, you could get in trouble legally if you do what Manny Robles said, right? So being out of pocket and being in enemy territory does not make me look stupid legally speaking. That's all I got to say.
It's the truth. I mean, you both have a point, but technically or legally, if Deontay committed the alleged act of assault, he would be in the wrong. Going to Chicago, Carmelo, what up? What up?
Man, what's going on, man? This is crazy, man. First and foremost, as a professional athlete, I just think you got to control most of what your actions. Like my brother came to me and said, "Oh, that fighter said something during the fight." You got to be able to be like, all right, man, that happens. People gonna talk shit. People gonna have stuff to say about a fight, especially if you got a relationship with Gerald Washington who lost. But it is a Deontay Wilder situation. When you talking about, I got to go see him and all this. He said he was gonna kill my family. I just think you got to take a professional approach. If you're gonna approach somebody, approach them in a respectful manner, in a manly way. Just don't run up on them. I don't know like how the whole crew and the mob thing. I actually didn't see none of the video, but I just don't see nobody professionally as a professional athlete in a respectful manner go down and just try to jump in somebody's face. That's something you pull them to the side and say, "Hey man, you had some work with my brother," or what actually went on in a professional way. And he his brother. If his brother a high head, or like the other caller said, he disrespectful and he got a mouth on him, then at the same time you got to check your brother. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm a professional fighter. A reflection of you is a reflection of me. So when you out here in the crowd, try to keep it under control. And that's all I got to say, man. The legal stuff, if they got to go the legal route, they might have to. But I'd rather them go to Al Heyman. He settle it. If Dominic Breazeale got to get paid or whatever, he get paid. And just, hopefully he don't put a black on boxing and it don't attack too much on Deontay Wilder's character. I think he's a great champion. He's got to get a little bit more professional when it comes to controlling his family. And that's all I got to say. How much did it get MD? I'll put that $500 on my own money to spray MD. Let's get it.
Well, I was about to compliment you on an excellent call, but actually, I should still compliment you on the excellent call. But 500?
Yeah, you should.
That was a great call.
Listen, let me get to this
500 too.
Caller. I want to get to this international caller. Hopefully, I don't know if this is him looking like he's really buff and a stunt double of DMX, or just a picture of DMX when he wasn't doing all the bad things he does now. I can't even begin to pronounce your name.
What do you mean? I heard he was a pastor.
All right. Oh, he fucking hung up. I shouldn't have. That was too big of an introduction. Fuck.
Isn't DMX like Jesus Christ?
Yo, and I'm telling you, it probably was going to be from like Nigeria or Syria or Siberia or fucking Africa or something weird and cool, because I can't pronounce.
Syria is not a country.
I can't pronounce this guy's name at all. It's like Dan Jumang Nanghamdando.
Is that a new feature to Sirius Radio?
You guys are jerk offs. Joey from Indiana.
Please hit thumbs up.
How y'all doing?
We're good, brother. We're counting down the days. Only 3 more days for TBV Appreciation Night. I know, yo, listen, I'm gonna make sure to text your family members and make sure they clear all the coverage of any sharp objects. I don't want you slitting anything, Joey. It's gonna be all right. You'll make it to the next one, brother.
Hey, Ness, I thought that was you that was going after Breazeale after the fight, man. I was like, look at
yo, that was.
Man.
They had to hold me back. I'm telling you. Nah, hell no. I was safely tucked in my hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, let me touch on it real quick, man, because I know it's a short show here. But my thing is this, and Carmelo nailed it, man. When you're a professional athlete, I'm not a professional athlete, but you gotta. He nailed it. You gotta. When somebody talking stuff about you, you gotta have to roll stuff like that and let that roll, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go and take actions and go after the dude with his family's there. I mean, you're the world champ of the world. You know, you're on Fox. You know, like, I'm sure their execs are looking at this, and it's just another black eye for Wilder. I don't know the whole story if he did throw punches, but it just doesn't look good, man. I mean, it doesn't, and I wish it would have got handled different. And sometimes a similar situation used to happen in the NBA. I know this is boxing, but with Derrick Rose from the Bulls, his brother used to be out there saying stupid stuff like that, and it caused him, caused D Rose a lot of trouble. But I just hope for Wilder, man, he can, keep it under cool, man, because honestly, man, if we don't see Wilder's next fight on Fox, it wouldn't surprise me. He's probably going to be back on Showtime. And then for you guys, for the TBV, I hope that this incident don't affect him from showing up to your TBV appreciation night, which is a possibility. So that's another thing I'm, a little upset about, because I'm sure he's not going to want to be around a lot of people, because they're going to want to be bringing that up, asking, yo, what happened?
Yo, Joey, do you hear how hard? Joey, do you hear how hard Ness is pushing me to meet Wilder? Do you hear that shit?
Yeah,
I mean, do I want to go to Wilder's territory, and so I might put disrespect on his name, and then my ass would get whooped? I'll tell you straight up, that Al Heyman I ain't answering Al Heyman's call. Al Heyman could kiss my ass. I'll call the police.
You'll be answering my call.
Yeah, right.
Yo, me and Wilder won't let you make it to your cell phone, buddy.
Yeah, you laugh, but like, honestly, I don't know.
Yo, I'll be
Let the callers decide on that one.
Yeah, I'll be like, Matt, get the cell phone. Listen, Joey, thanks for calling in. Oh my God, MD has the biggest stick in his butt.
The problem is, Ness, you yell so much that you think that I'm talking because I actually talk. If you go back and listen to the shows, your yelling is a lot more intrusive than my talking.
No, I said you have a stick.
That's debatable.
I said you have a stick in your butt. Because you just came up with a hypothetical situation that I've been trying to get you to Deontay Wilder's gym so that he could somehow Charlie Zenoff you, and you could somehow do a lawsuit because you won't pick up Al Heyman's call. I mean, yo, you're like, your fucking imagination is you're like Narnia right now, brother. You went through the fucking closet and there's a whole nother world on the other side of your head right now, kid. Let's get to some callers.
You also imagine things like Deontay Wilder being the best heavyweight on earth.
Joshua from New Orleans, bring us back to reality with this guy.
Yeah, hello. All right, I'm going to start off with the topic. Okay, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I'm going to go off my mentality. When you're in situations, especially involving boxing, with as much emotion roaring in the sport and stuff like that, and people that you got involved around you, it's true. You should be professional and try to maintain that in all aspects and walk. But when situations occur, that's not always going to be the first mindset somebody takes. From what I heard on Deontay Wilder's side and what he put out in his accounts and stuff like that, he said he went to make the attempt to approach Gerald Breazeale. Now, I'm not going to say he didn't have nobody with him, but being in fact that people were with him and the atmosphere was pretty lit and people was all excited for the energy and after the fight pumped up, and I'm sure he got drastic. Now, as far as that trainer said about getting hit, when you're in a big brawl like that and situations going on, shit happens. You don't even really remember everything that do happen if you get hit or who you get hit by. But I'm sure with all that energy in the air, and I heard you say something that's about the wife and how disrespectful she was. If a woman talking shit when two men talking, that shit pumps stuff up too as well. So I'm sure it got ugly. And I don't know who was wrong and I don't know who was right. But at the end of the day, you're a man and you make mistakes. Now, I want to get on the point of Mr. MD always showing his dislike towards Deontay Wilder. The dude got a hatred in his heart, so he'll never step face in that gym because he knows that he'll never be able to say the shit he said, how you feel about Wilder to his face, because he don't want to get beat up like that dude got beat up when Deontay Wilder finally got him. And for him, and I don't even think he had the street cred or the mindset that he was back up what he talked. He's talking from somebody that never been in a position, never been in that walk of life, and probably just got his first win the other day when he beat up somebody that was 30, 40 pounds lighter than him. I was listening to the show Sunday when he was talking to Matt, and he brought up, do you want to get in the ring again? I'm listening to this. I couldn't even wait till the call got to me. But by the time I listened to all the argument on the phone and y'all finally got to me, I had lost service and I couldn't even respond to the phone call. But I mean, MD, man, you out of line, man. I don't know what it is about you, dude. And I don't want to stop calling the show because I don't want to hear your voice. But I do like talking boxing. But I only want to talk boxing. But you bring a lot of negativity to the table as well. Because everything that went on that night, like I said, I'm sure people got out of character. I'm sure his brother was out of line. I'm sure Gerald Breazeale, wife, was out of line. But I'm not going to judge and say what should have happened, what should not happen, because you got to be in that situation. And one, you got to be able to handle that situation according to do so.
Joshua, thanks for calling in. Dizzle.
I mean, Ness knows me. I don't sugarcoat around any company, and Ness could back me up on that, right? And I don't walk around like I'm the fucking man on the streets like half of you callers do. So I don't bring negativity. If you don't like what I have to say, then debate me, but don't sit here and say you won't say what you're saying on air in Wilder's gym because you'll get shinned up. Like, I'm supposed to be on a boxing show and entertain people and do whatever I do, right? There's a law, and we live in a country with laws. If you guys want to live like that, I'm sorry. This is not a high horse. This is what it is. So that's it. And Wilder should be a role model, not a fucking thug. Sorry.
He's an athlete. He doesn't have to be a role model.
You are also projecting and assuming that all these are alleged altercations. So far, the reports claim no one was arrested.
Correct. And I'm saying the hypothetical situation in which
Matt,
one second.
No problem. Once he's done, this is the perfect time to read Wilder's statement, which wasn't read, and Breazeale's, which wasn't read.
And my assessment on Wilder's character being a quote unquote thug, right, is if I was to express
what is the definition of a thug? This is the second time.
Can you let me talk, Ness? Before you,
I need to know because you called Terrence Crawford a thug when he got arrested.
Okay, my definition of a thug. My definition of a thug is someone who if I say that I don't believe they're the #1 heavyweight on earth and they jump me, that's the definition of a thug. That's the definition of a thug. I'm not saying I was the one that was questioning Robles' story because I think it smells like fish. I don't think Wilder put hands on anybody necessarily, so don't assume I'm saying these things. But I'm saying what this last caller insinuated was ridiculous. That's all I have to say about that. And the reason why I called Terrence Crawford that, a thug or whatever, is because he put on his legal deposition of his name, they go, sign your last name, and he puts nobody.
How does that make you a thug?
I know. Not signing.
You're saying a big fuck you. You're like, yo, I like.
But
just take it up for interpretation.
Your exact definition of a thug was not that.
No, and not only that, for argument's sake, right? Like, I would agree that the actions you depicted of a thug, yeah, that sounds like a thug. But Terrence Crawford writing, cue the soundbite, Matt. Terrence Crawford writing fucking.
Well, it's a little more complex than that. Yeah. I mean, just the whole Terrence Crawford situation showed that he. That was maybe a little exaggeratory term for that scenario. And yes, we talked about that. And since you used a private conversation on the air, you called him a thug yourself. So shut the fuck up, Ness. Did you not, Ness? Don't lie.
I didn't even realize.
Don't lie.
All right, MD, calm down. I don't ever backpedal. What I was going to do was publicly apologize because I didn't even realize it was a private conversation, and I know how you feel about that. So I was going to do it not only off air, but on air. I do apologize. I didn't realize that. But it is the second time you used the word thug for, like, again, if Wilder is convicted of.
Did you not call Terrence Crawford a thug?
But not for fucking putting nobody on the paper.
Why did you call him a thug then? Why did you call him a thug, Ness?
because of his fucking back history. If a guy gets shot in the head, you ain't in the right neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? He got shot in the head. He was playing dice. He was a thug at one point. Am I right? But putting nobody.
So I applied that to this current case. What am I living? Like, we don't live in blinders, Ness.
Let me get to some callers and
you just got schooled.
Apology as sincere, all right? I do apologize. I know how you feel about that. JD from Texas, talk to me.
Yo, what's up, man? Apologize for the noise, but I'm on the road. But I don't know what the fuck happened, but that guy that you interviewed earlier, it sounded like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Well, wait a minute, JD. Why is everyone saying that he sounds like he's lying? I don't understand. What did he say that is triggering everyone to think he was lying?
All right, okay. Check this out. Okay, he was over exaggerating. That's what I got from it. I'm just giving you my opinion. It sounded like he was like, I was scared for my life, and he was just making it sound like the worst situation he could ever be in, and I don't know. I mean, when you asked him about the video, you pressed him on the video, and he was like, he started crawfishing and shit. So I don't know. I can tell a lie when I hear it. You can tell when somebody's telling the truth, and that guy just sounded like he was just full of shit. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a big fan of Deontay Wilder. Y'all know this, but MD. It's oozing out of you. The hate, it really is. It's one thing to question a man, but it's another thing to like gas him up, to press charges and all this. Like you playing with another man's life, and that's not cool. Oh,
wait. I was questioning the trainer by his.
Hold on, let me finish. Whatever you take from all these calls, just know, go back and listen to the playback. You was gassing the man up to press charges, and you don't even know the full story of what happened. So it just the hate is oozing out of you, bro, and you might need to check that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got, man. I know I'm making a lot of noise.
All right, JD, can't wait, baby. 3 days away, JD, all the way from Texas, making a trip out to the TBV Appreciation Night, and he's gonna be at the Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman fight.
I forgot about that 650 number that was.
I know. I keep telling him I'm going to him. Then it's Christian. I believe he's a Patreon. So hopefully now, Christian, our producer, gets your name down, and hopefully now you answer the phone, because we did go to you a long time ago, right after Donald. It's not like we didn't go to you. So I believe it's Christian, right?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Christian Padilla. I'm a new caller.
We got to give you that first-time caller intro. Hold on, Padilla, because if not, hand rap's going to come for everybody on here. So how long you been listening, first off?
6 months.
6 months.
But the last 4 months, the last 4 months, I've caught you guys live, subscribed on YouTube. I caught you guys on podcast, and that's where I found you guys. And, man, you know what I'm saying? I love you guys, man, for real.
Well, thanks for the kind words, brother. I'm going to play this first-time caller intro. Let us know your name, where you're calling from, and get into your thoughts on the Wilder Breazeale getting into it in a post-fight altercation at the hotel lobby.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Calling out of South San Francisco from the red corner, it's Christian the Magician Padilla. Yeah. So I want to say about the fight. It was a good fight. Both of them, they got their wins. But the altercation, I have to say, Breazeale, he's out in someone else's hometown. You can't be out there, talking shit. Not even if people talk shit to you, man, you can't say a word. You know what I'm saying? There's people all drunk and everybody's going crazy. Breazeale too, he won that fight, which he should have lost. He knows he almost lost that fight, so he's all hyped up. So if anybody starts talking shit, which Marcellus, I heard he did, you stay quiet, and Breazeale, but he was hyped up that night. He ain't gonna let nobody talk shit to him, so he talked back. It got back to Deontay Wilder. So you can't mess with my little brother. And that's what it is, man. I have an older brother, and he always watched my back. Whenever I had funk with people or whatever, he would always get my back, and that's what it is, man. It's family, it's blood, and you can't just be out there in someone else's hometown talking shit, man. It's about to happen. You know what I mean? Of course, Deontay Wilder should have pulled him to the side and stuff like that, but not then and there. Deontay Wilder, he also should have stepped back and said, all right. You know what I'm saying? You talking shit about my little brother. All right, I'll get you later. And, handle it like, man, either use social media to build up a fight, get handle their business in a different way, but, not like that, so it was all bad. They both did wrong, and boxing does not need this because, it's bullshit, man. But like Bernard Hopkins, when he went to Puerto Rico, he threw the little flag down, and look what happened to him. He almost got fucking killed. So you can't go to another person's hometown and start talking shit. He should have just stayed quiet. And but Breazeale, who knows? He probably wants this Deontay Wilder fight, and he probably thinks he has a chance. And let him fight. Let him handle it in the ring.
Well, Christian, thanks for calling in, brother. I believe you're a Patreon too, right? I believe you are.
Can I say one thing? Am I interrupting if I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead, MD.
I just want to make a legitimate observation that if you there's a time and day in America where if you're in that state and you have a certain skin color, you can't say anything or you will be attacked or whatever. So now it's Wilder's town, and if you disrespect Wilder, you get your ass whooped. Is this what world that we accept? Because to me, to me, I think you guys are painting a picture that is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Listen, you have all the right to feel that way because, again, legally, you cannot do what is being alleged. You cannot do what the callers are basically saying is okay. And just for argument's sake, I call Conor McGregor a thug too. There's a picture of Conor hanging out the window of a fucking Mercedes with a ski mask on and an AR with a fucking silencer, okay? If that doesn't...
Tyson Fury's a thug. Tyson Fury's a thug.
Well, I just want to make a point that silencers are harder to come by than illegal guns, okay?
It's harder to get a silencer than an automatic weapon.
Huh?
It's harder to get a silencer than a machine
All right,
gun.
so I just want the world to see how much of a thug, why I think he's a thug. It's not an easy thing to come by, a fucking silencer, all right? And I'm just saying some of our boxers put on a black ski mask, hang out the window of a moving vehicle with an AR, with an extended silencer. I don't know what would happen. But listen, I want to get to this caller who I thought was international. I don't know where you're from on Skype. Talk to us. Who are you? Where are you calling in from?
Hello, my name is Dan, and I'm calling from London.
Dan. Yeah. That's easy to pronounce. It's not what you have there, but I'll go. I'd rather go with Dan anyway. First time calling in?
I am a first-time caller. I've been listening to you guys for about 4 or 5 months now.
Beautiful. 4 or 5 months. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So you know the tradition then. We're going to play this intro. You're going to tell us your name, where you're calling in from. Obviously, you said London, so I don't know what you're going to do now. Come up. Be creative, I guess, Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It's Dan from Kingston, London.
Dan, so what is your thoughts on this scenario?
Let's all be straight with ourselves. That behavior is not acceptable. Boxing as a sport has just got a decent reputation. All of a sudden, it's being cleaned out with all the drug issues. Then we have people now coming to fight. So I don't think it's a place for boxing, basically. I think Deontay Wilder is a role model, and people look up to this guy. And him getting into an altercation with Dominic Breazeale after a fantastic win, I just don't think that sends out a positive message to us casual fans of boxing, of the sport. And I think it's going to leave a sour taste in people's mouths, really. And I think there's a better way they could have handled whatever the disagreement he had with Dominic Breazeale. That's my own personal view of the situation.
Oh, that is what should have been done. Hopefully that is what happened, unless the video surfaces. But Dan, thank you for calling in.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure.
Are you guys going to do a show on the Hey Bellew fight?
Well, Hey Bellew fight is going to be the same day as Danny. So what we'll do is Thursday we'll obviously take predictions on that fight, and Sunday we'll review that fight. But I don't know if it'll get its own separate. I mean, it's funny that you even mentioned it because MD and I were contemplating whether we should have done a 10 o'clock in the morning show earlier today on the antics of that particular press conference and everything that's going on with that fight. So I don't know if the public demands it. I'm sure MD is willing, and so am I.
Everybody in London is going crazy about that Hey Bellew fight. But before I drop off, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I watch all your shows since I found you guys. I used to actually watch and listen to the Toe to Toe podcast on Sky News before, but now with you guys, I come to for boxing news. So fantastic stuff. You guys keep it going.
Oh, well, Dan, man, thank you so much. And if you want even more exclusive content, never before seen, support us on Patreon and check what it's all about. I seen someone named BX something was asking in the chat, did it happen already? Obviously, you're not on Patreon because it did happen. The fight of the century already took place, and we ain't talking Mayweather-Pacquiao.
And Ness, from my perspective, right, and we'll talk about it more, I don't think the Hey Bellew fight is even competitive, so I don't necessarily want to I'm not, we try to, I guess, no, I'm looking for the word. I have a lot of things, but I guess we try to serve the casual fans as well as or provide interest for the casual as well as the hardcore. And I don't know. I don't know why you guys think that Tony Bellew is going to be able to beat a heavyweight. That has some talent.
If he beats Hey has fallen from, because I always thought highly of Hey. I even thought he would beat Klitschko when they first fought. And then that, I kind of, obviously, like everyone, is where I started to be like, oh, fucking Hey, because of the toe and everything. But that's how good I thought Hey was. I followed his cruiserweight career and everything. I thought he was the real deal. Matt, did we get to that 5'6" or is that you?
No, we did not get to that 5'6", and it's not me.
Okay. 5'6". You're not Matt. So who are you, in fact? Hello? 562-270.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Who's this? First time caller?
What's up? Yeah, this first time caller, man.
First time caller. How long you been listening, brother?
Hello? I've been listening for about almost a year now.
Oh, man. So you know the tradition. So I'm going to go ahead and play this intro, and you're going to do a better job in introducing yourself than MD ever does.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Marquise, undefeated, undisputed. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm bringing it. That's what it is.
Marquise, where you calling from?
Long Beach.
Long Beach, California. All right, producer, get him down. Marquise.
What's up, LBC?
The bell has rung.
LBC, shout out. Yup.
Yo, Marquise, what do you think about this whole Wilder thing, man? What do you think? Do you believe Manny Robles' story?
It's crazy, man. I kind of believe it, but I mean, I wouldn't sue if I was Breazeale. He from down the street. I know a couple of his people. They seem kind of hard, he tough. Hey, suing it's a fighting game. You don't supposed to sue, man. If y'all want to squabble it out in the ring, that's cool. Not in front of the kids, but it's you wouldn't speak of Breazeale if this would not happen. So it's good for him in a way. So I mean, capitalize off of it, do what y'all got to do, and get a fight. I'll watch it, man.
Well, all right, Marquise. Thanks for calling in. Long Beach. Hey Matt, you bringing that West Coast contingency finally.
Well, to be honest, I thought he brought up the best point, and I think a point that we didn't even touch upon. Well, why did Wilder even have to address Dominic Breazeale? But why? I mean, that's the thing. It's like you tell me all the time, Ness. And one second, Ness, do you pay attention? Do you pay attention to everybody who talks shit about you? Do you pay attention?
It's his temper, MD. I'm agreeing with you. You're asking why? There is no logical reason why you look for a man with that many people with you, because regardless if it was 5 or 10 or 20, it wasn't just he. You know, he could have set it up. He could have called Sam Watson and had Dominic Breazeale brought to his hotel room. They could have been on a balcony. They could have had lunch. They could have had dinner. It could have been done sophisticatedly and like a gentleman. But I understand that the man has a temper. I've been in those situations. Obviously, we all know I don't have a well, let's just say I have a checkered past, right? So sometimes it's hard for certain people, MD, and it may be hard for you to understand that, you know, he still has whatever aggression that caused them to react in that manner.
It's not hard for me to understand. But it also is fair for me to criticize.
Well, look, it's hard for me to understand because when you're that rich, like, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose what, I mean, yo, that's a dream. He was like a Dunkin' Donuts UPS worker, and now he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Like, to lose that, like Mike Tyson did.
Yo,
like,
he could kill somebody, man. He could kill somebody. He almost kills people in the ring.
That's why I brought up Mike Tyson, because you could lose the prime time of your career due to your pride. And, you know, what's your brother going to do then? And I like Marcellus, you know what I'm saying? But we're going off the allegations again. Hopefully Wilder gives us the opportunity whenever he is ready to talk about it. Maybe he's not. He said what he said on his social media, and maybe that's all he's going to say. Let's get to some callers. Looks like we have El Dude from Texas. Talk to me.
Hello.
What up, El Dude?
You hear me? Hey, what's up, fellas? El Dude right here from California. Good morning.
Oh, shit. Producer, get that. Not
right
Texas,
here,
California.
Yo, fellas, in my opinion, Holmes, these dudes got to settle it in the ring, Holmes. You know, whatever happened. You know, sometimes shit happens. But in the ring, what's got to go down, this fight's not going to be a big money fight because of what's down, but it deserves to be a super hyped up fight. You know what I mean? You know,
Well, why, El Dude? Why? Why does Breazeale get a shot at the WBC champion?
Why does Stiverne?
No, this is a money. Like I said, this is the business of boxing. The business of boxing has to hype this fight up. You know what I mean? I'm not here to critique what happened. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is the shit happened. Now is gonna take it to a whole different perspective. All I'm saying as a diehard boxing fan is hyped up to the max because the fans of boxing, all we want to see is a boxing match inside of the ring. You know what I mean? I'm an expert when it comes to the law. You know, because when it comes to the law, you know what I mean, fucking, there's a whole different story for me. I'm not a lawyer, you know what I mean? But if you get my point, you know what I mean? I have my experience with shit like that, Holmes. All I'm saying is people need to settle this shit inside the ring, fans to the boxers themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not here to say who's right, who's wrong. Fight, get down, and just handle it in the ring like men, Holmes, like warriors. Question, remember way back, first used to be this African fella used to call in, he'd be like, motherfucker.
Yeah, Mali Bangwe.
We're big what's up to him, Holmes, to the old school first time callers of the show. Yeah. But yeah, man, this fight got to get hyped up. But you know what? All I'm saying is Bermane Stiverne as well. He don't deserve a shot, Holmes. I don't think so, Holmes. He got his ass kicked. He's been shady when it comes to the PEB. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is this fight got to get hyped up, got to get done. Hey, I'll let you guys go. I know you guys are on my piece to do as well. Peace. Stay clean. Don't judge, don't discriminate. Handle your shit inside the ring, Hans, because, you know, in 2 minutes, your whole life could get turned upside down. A good fella could be, you know, inside of the fucking prison for some bullshit, you know what I mean?
I hear you on that, and thanks for calling. And that's honestly where some of my criticism comes when Terrence Crawford. It's like I don't want to see him make decisions like that because I want to see Terrence Crawford become a Hall of Fame superstar legend, right? So when I'm being critical, it's not because I'm judging a man.
Why don't you want to see Wilder become that?
I'm about to get to this. Let me explain this. If people just misinterpret, right? If people misinterpret my disdain or animosity for Wilder, right? It's not necessarily at Wilder. I think it's the consistent double standard, exaggerations, narratives, and just overall ridiculousness I hear from a lot of Wilder fans that me, myself, who's I think I'm an educated boxing fan. People say that about me with Golovkin, but it's on a different level. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the fanboyism And the second I disagree with the fanboyism about Deontay Wilder, I'm viewed as a hater, and he gets reactive, and people are okay with me getting threatened and attacked by him because I seem like a hater. I mean, to be honest, like, it seems ridiculous to me, and it's not personal with Wilder. I don't know him. To be honest, he seems like a good father. So that's definitely a positive note that, you know, some people on earth don't do, and that's something I could be positive about him. I've said over and over again that I think that he's starting so late in his boxing career has gotten very far, but I just don't like the double standard. So it's not personal with Wilder. You have to understand that. And if he takes it that way, that's his choice, but that's just how I see it.
MD, what double standard do you see? Like, I don't see it clearly as you do. So what's the double standard?
Well, the double standard,
and who has a different standard than he does that is a good comparison?
Well, okay, so the double standards are that I think that people are dubbing somebody who has one belt and who has the worst, who doesn't have anywhere near the best resume out of all the belt contenders. I know Klitschko lost, but they automatically dub him as the heavyweight champion of the world, when in every other division, the guy has to prove himself, right? I think that's one of the double standards. Another double standards is a lot of these people, let's call a spade, and even Ness himself prefers a boxer, right? Deontay Wilder is not what you consider a boxing fan's a fan of the sweet technical science fan, right? So I just see that's another double standard, right? Somebody who loves Lara style and hates come forward fighters like, I don't know, who's the guy who got knocked out by whatever. But there's a lot. Someone who doesn't like the guy from Germany who hits really hard. Whatever. But you get what I'm saying. And the last double standard. One second. The last double standard is that people are okay with him fighting a horrible level of competition because a guy got, like the last caller. Because why? Dominic Breazeale got into a scruffle. They should fight in the ring now. I mean, come on. Like, if we, for example, if Manny Pacquiao got into a little dispute with someone like on the level of Jeff Horn and then they were to fight, people would be shitting on that. People would be shitting on him for choosing to fight that.
No, very quickly, MD. Hold on, very quickly.
Fight signify with his Zulu.
Yes, hold on, very quickly. I don't see that there's a massive double standard for that. We have a majority of people, I would say, shitting on Deontay Wilder for his level of opposition. We have a vast majority of boxing fans, I would say, that are more critical of Deontay Wilder. Oh, do you read the chat, man? They call him bum squad, man. Like, hold on. I let you burn. Let me burn. We have, I would say, a larger percentage of the fans. Obviously, we don't know this, but I think we have a larger percentage of fans that are Joshua fanboys. That think Joshua is the next truth of the division, not Deontay Wilder. And I think we can go down the list of, you said that there is more people that are ready to say he is the best heavyweight in the world and the heavyweight champ, and it's not so in other divisions. I would say that's not as accurate, mainly because we have divisions where it's similar to this, where you have like Gennady Golovkin, who's universally recognized as the best middleweight in the world. Most people view Lomachenko as the best.
You see this number in my hand? 4. That's how many belts Golovkin has. So immediately, like, that's ridiculous. Again, he has 1 belt. So continue.
I didn't say they were equal. I didn't say they were equal. I'm talking about the fan
using it as a comparison because he's viewed as the man.
Fan perception. But there are way more people that think Gennady Golovkin's the man at middleweight than there are people that think Deontay Wilder is the man at heavyweight. You still have people that think Tyson Fury is still the man at heavyweight. So I think that you see, because we get some Wilder fans that call in, a small perception of Wilder fans, and therefore you think that's a huge majority of the boxing population. And I think Deontay Wilder fanboys are a huge minority in the boxing community. I think we have way more Joshua fanboys. We still have Tyson Fury truthers. We have Joseph Parker fans. We have David Haye fans. We have Klitschko truthers still. So I think that you are over-exaggerating this double standard that Deontay Wilder has. I mean, obviously, he's not a huge star. He only did he averaged 1.74 million views on Fox. So it's not like we have a ton of people in the boxing community that are fanboys about him. He's not a big star. So I think that this double standard you were talking about and preaching on is grossly overstated.
Yeah, when you're looking, 1 second, let me just rebuttal that. When you're looking at
I told you already, after Matt, we were getting to callers, buddy.
All right, fair enough.
Come on. We do have guys waiting for some time now. See, you even made me lose the intro for this poor guy.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain cold, Norway, shorty wants that full play, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it.
Oh, G. Hey, boys, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. You know what? This is an interesting topic because I would consider myself to be a huge Deontay Wilder fan. And I think even though a lot of people on the chat are hating on him, those guys on the chat, they got nothing better to do than hate. Fuck you, chat. Let's see what they say about me. Anyway, you know what? When you're at the fight, you hear the ovation that Wilder gets. Fans love him, man. Like he's an American heavyweight, and there's something iconic about that. There's a certain prestige that carries. And I was patient, and I was okay, and I'm cheering him on, and everything's good. But if he's actually going to fight Breazeale, that's bullshit, man. Obviously, I won't tell him that at the party, and I hope no one else rats on me. But that's lame, man. That fight is garbage, and there's no excuse for him fighting Joshua's leftovers. Joshua's taking a massive challenge in Klitschko, and it kind of sickens me that everyone's got, Joshua's balls so deep in their throat. But at least the guy's taking the challenge. Right now, all we should have heard from Wilder, in my opinion, is say, I want the winner of Klitschko and Joshua to be the best. I want to fight the winner of that match, and that's it. Like, fuck Breazeale, like, fuck Parker. These guys are all bums. He should want to go to the very top. He's not a young man. He's already 31. So if he really wants to rule the market, he's got to go up and take that big challenge. You're going to see Klitschko's going to wipe the floor with Joshua. So, it's a great story, man. It's the American versus the Russian. It's what everybody wants to see, and it can be played up. But if he's busy chasing Breazeale and getting into it's a no-win fight. Like, what can he possibly stand to win if he beats Breazeale? If he fights Breazeale, if he loses to Breazeale, then he's exposed as a bum. And if he beats Breazeale, who cares? Breazeale's a fat ass, Like, what's the benefit of that? There's nothing there for him. So I think he's making a massive mistake, and he's allowing people that aren't fans of his, like MD and like people that are anti-Joshua followers, to talk shit about him, and rightfully so. So I mean, I think it's just really, really poor planning on his behalf, and if he doesn't get his shit together, he's just going to lose out on a great opportunity. That's my take on it, boys.
All right, Jose, MD, you had something earlier? Or
yeah, I was gonna say to Matt again. I go, we always, like I said, like people say on when I brought up like a fact, like I go, oh, the majority of boxing fans thought Klitschko won. A lot of people go, well, not on this show, right? So I was referring to this show specifically with my defense, why I'm defensive or why I say what I'm saying, because like Ness always says, this is kind of where a lot of people people don't think we have diversity in the show from the callers, and we do, right? So I have to take it at its word. So I'm analyzing the callers and I'm making a critique. And no, I don't always look in the chat, so I don't know what somebody in the chat calls them bum squad. I've never called them bum squad. And
I know you haven't. I didn't say you did.
And also
the
thing is though, people are like equating me to Charlie Zelenoff or whatever. He's, according to whatever, he said something about his daughter who has a disability. If you guys have listened to the show over and over again, I don't even touch upon saying something so insulting and insensitive. I would never do something like that. So people assuming this thing and this thing about me, that you guys need to listen to my words, and I get emotional about the show because this is fucking boxing show. And Ness, his personality, and vice versa, we get each other wild up, right? It's debating. It's the motherfucking Thunderdome. But I do have respect for people's families, and I do have respect for individuals. So, just want to set the record straight on that one.
He does. Only me and Matt are privy to his political, presidential conversations.
And it had nothing to do with Trump. It had nothing to do with Trump.
No, it didn't, because you love Trump.
Yes. Well, exactly.
You're the best buds at Mar-a-Lago.
334. Are you a first-time
caller?
You are a first-time caller?
Yeah.
Where are you calling in from, my friend?
I'm on Patreon though.
Okay, even better. So who
Alabama.
are you? Alabama. Oh, You're not Nick from Alabama, are you?
Yeah.
Man, you ain't even respond to my page. I was in the freaking building. You ain't go to the fight? I messaged you and I asked you.
I ain't see no message on Patreon. I swear I didn't, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
I swear I didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to check, but I definitely hit you up, and I was like, you know,
But
checking.
my phone.
Did you
my
get to
phone
the
had
fight,
died
though?
during the fight. Yeah, man. I watched it, man. It was a great card, man. It was a great night. A great night, man. That was a great night, man.
So talk to us, man. What do you think about this
unfortunate.
situation right here, this altercation between these two men?
It's kind of, I don't know, man. It's a bad look for Wilder. I'm disappointed, and I'm a big Wilder fan. But I really don't know what to say about it, man. I enjoyed the fights. I really wanted to talk about the fights. I wanted Tony Harrison to win. He was boxing so good, and that chin, man. He was boxing so good, man. The same thing that happened when he fought Willie Nelson in that Breazeale fight, man. That shit was crazy as hell, man. That shit was great. That was a great night of fights, man. Did you catch that Caleb Plant fight?
I did not. I did not.
Catch it, and
it was on after, right?
Yeah,
Were you at?
Yeah.
Were you at the fights?
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
Oh, so they had like three fights.
I watched all of them.
Yeah, they had like 3 fights after the main event, right? Did people stay around to watch those?
Yeah, they have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, people stood. Some, not everybody.
Yeah.
Bro. But a lot of people stood, but not everybody. It was empty. But I watched the Plant fight.
Yeah. But
I was a little sad, Nick. Damn, man. You know, it's like Sweet Hands Plant, and they were billing him as a puncher, and like that's cool because I'm gonna have to re-fall in love with him though. Now I'm gonna have to try and say, okay, can I like him as a boxer? Because he keeps going decisions like with guys I never heard of.
Yeah.
And I hope he doesn't, you know.
I thought he was going to knock him out too.
Yeah, really quick. But Caleb.
It's just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
I did re-invite him to the party, so hopefully he makes it. He's not sure if he's going to make it to New York City, but in case, I don't want him catching feelings because he didn't get the knockout. But I guess, Nick, you all done? We're going to get to some others if you're done, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done, man.
All right,
nice
Nick. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
More.
Thanks for calling in. Hopefully next time we can meet and hit up Dreamland together, man. Get some ribs, some barbecue.
And before we get to some more callers, the only reason that you guys could call in is for visibility and your guys' support. So if you guys could please hit thumbs up, share, and like, that would be greatly appreciated.
I know, with all the people that have been watching this show in the almost 2 hours that we've been doing it, it's always astonishing, that low number of thumbs up. No love, I swear. Ali from Dago, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? Matt, MD, Ness.
Good, man. Thank you for asking. I'm all right.
All right. Yeah, I mean, about this, man, I don't know who to really, I'm kind of leaning towards believing Wilder, but I mean, you never know who to believe. But I called in because a lot of people are talking about they don't want to see the Breazeale fight. They'll rather see the Stiverne rematch. But me personally, I'd rather see the Breazeale fight because of the situation. They can build it up, and plus everybody wants to see Wilder versus Joshua, and Joshua beat Breazeale. So I feel like for the opponent, let's see who does a better job, beats him quicker. It's always good leading up to a fight that people want to see.
But don't we have that with Eric Molina already?
What's that?
We already have that with Eric Molina.
Well, I know, but still, I'm not too big on reaction. You got dominated. You know what I'm saying? So I would even though I know him stand a chance, but he's a strong dude.
Nah, man. We can't even understand you right now. Is it just me, or is it coming off like that for you guys too?
No, it's breaking up.
Yeah, Ali, man, you got the worst connection. I mean, that shit was worse than wood, so you already know where that's at. Listen, unfortunately, probably won't make it around to get back up on here, but we'll be back because Ness is back. Matt is back, and V's back. So we're going to be giving you a whole bunch of shows. You know how that goes. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button in the future, present, past in the name or in the words of Blackface. And drop us those 5-star reviews. Come on.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Don't you want to hear your review read live on the show for millions to listen to? I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter. Remember, #TBB Appreciation Night is 3 days away. Let's cross our fingers that that caller, Joey from Indiana, isn't right. It did cross my mind about the Wilder situation. I hope that isn't the case. But the show must go on. Matt's definitely coming through. And shit, he was involved in the biggest fight of the year. Of the century, if not. I don't know.
Plus, I got that Zika virus in Florida.
90 seconds.
I've been throwing up like all weekend.
Doctor. We got to get the doctor out to one of these events pretty soon here. We're going to be doing the next one in the Caribbean, hopefully. Going to price it right. Head on out to Mexico.
Come down to Miami and see Barrera.
No, I'm already going to Miami. Yeah, I'm staying at the Fountain Blue for that one.
I'll be down there.
All right. There you go. We'll be drinking Mai Tais together. Walking the chancletas on Miami Beach on Collins, baby.
No, Ness. It's that vodka with Malibu, but Malibu's rum. You know that.
Yeah.
I only drink whiskey.
They don't know about that Malibu yacht down Florida. It was sad.
That was bougie, man. That was so
Malibu?
Cool.
Malibu with vodka, Malibu yacht.
Is that a thing that doesn't exist in Florida? Like Malibu, the liqueur?
I mean, I wouldn't
because
know. What
every
that
bartender was confused about what Malibu was.
I wouldn't know what that is. Then again, maybe you also drink Smirnoff Ice. I don't know. I don't know what you guys drink.
I don't drink Smirnoff. I know women that drink Smirnoff.
No. I know women that drink Malibu.
Well, that's why you got to mix it with vodka.
Yeah, you mix it with shit. It's not something you drink straight.
Straight, buddy. You don't drink it with juice like most of the drinks you drink.
I drink it with juice. MD
drink it with.
I drink good bourbon or good scotch on the rocks. That's all I drink.
While he's golfing with
While I'm
Trump.
golfing, yeah.
While he's golfing in his
or I also could drink a good. I could also drink a good IPA.
Shorts.
You're such a hipster. Such a hipster.
How was
MD.
that a hipster?
Drinking IPAs. Psh, what a hipster.
Listen, quick reminder: if you have a balance, you're not getting in. You don't want to be the guy asking the pretty girl that barely speaks English at the door. How do you pay a balance that you can't pay at the door? So don't be that guy. It's only 3 days away.
Wait. The venue is a massage parlor?
No. Maybe. You never know. That being said, see you guys next time.